The entire Trump administration was very quick to come out and support and even repeat Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's claims that Renee Good, the woman, of course, who was killed by an ICE agent last week, was in fact a, quote, domestic terrorist. They backed up her story that Good had weaponized her vehicle and was attempting to either kill or cause serious bodily harm to a federal agent. J.D. Vance repeated it. Other members of the administration repeated it in press conferences to the media. They all jumped on with Kristi Noem's big lie. Publicly. Privately, behind the scenes, according to new reports, the White House is freaking out. They're angry that Kristi Noem came out and called this woman, a mother of three, 37 years old, who's now dead, a domestic terrorist. And they're panicked because they understand what this has done to their reputation. The administration was already underwater on the issue of immigration. The American public, eventually, it was the last issue he went underwater on, because for the longest time, you still had majorities that supported his hardline immigration stances. A lot of people supported the ICE raids. They wanted to get these illegal folks out of here. But then around August, September, those polls flipped, and a majority of people said, we don't like this. And the polls continued to get worse, but it was still only about a 10-point gap between approve and disapprove. So still one of his best issues, even though he was underwater. But now that that agent killed that woman, and we have multiple different videos from multiple different angles, including from the officer himself, showing that the administration lied their faces off the entire time. Thousands of people taking to the streets over the weekend to protest ICE. That's not good for this administration. And now White House insiders are panicking because it's going to undo everything they've done and prevent them from doing more in the future. Here is what one White House source told Politico. Do I think it's domestic terrorism? Yeah, I do. But it might not have been wise to say that at the outset, how Noem said it. First of all, y'all need to look up what domestic terrorism actually is, because that ain't it. Even if she did what you said she did, which she didn't, that's not terrorism. Like, that doesn't even come close to fitting the definition of domestic terrorism. This administration just labels everybody a domestic terrorist if they do something they don't like. If you criticize Trump, they call you a domestic terrorist. It's insane. They use that word so much, label so many people with that word or phrase, that it's lost all meaning at this point. But they do that so that they can trump up charges if they don't just kill you in the first place. Another White House official said, I don't know how we recover from this. This is highly problematic and not a good look and not something our government should be remotely engaged in. A staffer with a brain. I didn't think we'd find one of them in this administration, but that person seems to get it. That's not something the government should remotely be engaged in. No argument there. I don't know how we recover from this. You'll recover from it the same way Renee Good recovered from it. She didn't. And that's what should happen to this administration. If this administration thought that they were ever going to be back on the positive side for approval rating on the issue of immigration, Kristi Noem's actions last week killed any chance of that. And we add on to that all the reports of how this administration already wanted her gone as recently as, December. Noem herself wanted out because she has future bigger political ambitions. That ain't ever going to happen now. Noem has not only destroyed this administration's immigration policies, she destroyed her future. And again, to that, I say, good. That's what you deserve. You don't deserve to ever hold any job ever again. I hope you're left destitute, penniless, homeless for the rest of your existence, Kristi, because that is what you deserve for what you've done. And the White House seems to understand that that is the very likely outcome of last week's killing. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.